Being hearing impaired, I wear this little device when I'm talking to people, and that way I can hear them very clearly. When they speak slowly, they need not raise the volume of their voice. They simply need to speak slowly and distinctly. So that's what I do. And because I am hearing impaired, I very rarely answer the phone. So what I request of people when they call my number is to leave a text message or a voicemail, and I'll return the call as soon as possible. Anyway, once again, welcome to my little off-the-cuff, unscripted little chit-chat. And I just want to talk really, not about anything specifically, just things that come to mind. This right here, I showed you earlier. At my age, it is no longer the things that I buy, it's the fun of shopping. So, earlier in one of my videos, I told you that one of my thrills happens to be shopping at thrift stores. Because in shopping at thrift stores, I'm able to buy things like this inexpensively, $1.98 maybe. But it is the shopping that I find thrilling. So now you know. Speaking about shopping and gifts, it's the season, isn't it, to give gifts. And one thing I'd like to suggest to you, especially if you're buying gifts for your grandchildren, is to buy them gifts of the future. Now, chances are you'll notice that your grandchildren have everything they can possibly need. Okay? So what you're doing, you're simply adding to the things they have already. I don't think there's anything wrong in asking your child, listen, what does my grandchild need? And then listen, and then give those gifts. Speaking about that, I think giving gifts of the future is a good idea. And this is what I'm talking about. Project and look at what the world is going to be like 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. Having done so, and keep in mind that I could be absolutely wrong, I think those stocks are very much for the future. A lot of them having to do with hydrogen. I think battery-powered electric cars are going to go away, and then you're going to have electric cars powered with hydrogen. That's just what I think. So, getting gifts, buying these stocks right now, they may not pan out, and I could be wrong. Take note of the date and what they cost right now, especially the ETF, and get those for your grandchildren. That's just an idea. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about is how much respect we have for fellow hourly workers. It seems to me as I travel around and go to the grocery stores and places like that, we seem not to have a lot of respect for our hourly workers. For example, I saw a lady went to the grocery store, and in her shopping cart she had just one small bag. And I said to myself, why didn't she just leave the shopping cart inside the store, because it is so cold outside now, and just take the bag to her car? A little thing. It's the little things in life that matters. Now, she taking the shopping cart out into the cold means that somebody in the store is going to have to go out there, retrieve the shopping cart out in the cold when it was totally unnecessary. And as I walked around the parking lot, I noticed so many shopping carts that were just out in the parking lot, even though there is a space that has been provided for shoppers to return the shopping cart. And the reason for that, I think, is because they have so little respect for the individual who has to retrieve that shopping cart. You know, little things mean a lot. For example, why not pick up the trash in front of your own driveway? Why? Because you have no respect at all for the person who may end up doing that. One of the things that I do is that I go down my street with a shopping bag and my camera, and I will shoot pictures. One day there's a guy on a bicycle. He had stopped and he was eating stuff and throwing the trash on the ground. And I asked him, I said, why do you do that? He said, well, if I didn't do that, you wouldn't have a job. I says, this is not my job. This is my neighborhood. I have respect and love for my neighborhood, so I pick up the trash. The guy just shrugged his shoulder and walked away. This is something that he does in his own neighborhood, and I don't appreciate him doing it in my neighborhood. Little things mean a lot. Little things. Saying please and thank you. Complimenting that cashier on her blouse or her hair or something. Little things mean a lot. So what I say is have some respect for the hourly worker, the guy who picks up your trash, and rather the garbage man who picks up your garbage can every single week. If you have just one single bag in your garbage container, in your trash container, why put it out when it doesn't have anything in there that's going to be giving off offensive smells, for example? You taking that trash can out to the curb means that that guy has to stop, retrieve your trash can, and then put it back, when in fact it was so totally unnecessary. Have respect for others, your hourly workers. And finally, and this is something that I find personally irritating, is to be in the company of those who don't respect you. You don't have to be there, so don't be there. And that's just my personal opinion. You've got to have respect for others. You don't have to agree with them, and you don't have to admire them, but at least have respect for them as a human being. You know, you may be more educated and you may make more money, but that does not necessarily mean that you should have no respect for that other individual. Nor does it mean that you should stay in the company of those who have no respect for you. So that was my little chit-chat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out to the dollar store, not the dollar store, the thrift store rather, and I'm going to go shopping. I have a budget. My budget is $3, and I'm going to see if I can find something that I need and something that is fun to buy. That's just what I do. In the meantime, I respect you, and I want to thank you so very much for watching my videos. It means more to me than you can ever imagine.